We got some low fucking rolls, chat. Got some low fucking rolls. Let's work on the horizon. Get ourselves some chits. Do some hacks. Hold on, we need to hack the... Not the Havenage, the Udigan. Yadigan. Yeah, there we go. Bypass, baby. Extract the data. Let me get another Yadigan agent. Nice. Make those ones useful, baby. Ah, great, Ethan. That chuckle fuck McGee. And we need to upload 3 units of data. Nice. As you turn away from the terminal, the final cache of Yadigan data uploaded, the air crackles with white noise. Sleeper? Sabine's voice, weaker than before, comes through the haze. Listen. This is not a recording, Sleeper. Please. I don't have much time. Call must be coming in from somewhere in the station. This has to be short. I don't know if the Yadigan are monitoring me. Their voices hushed, distant. Try to focus on it. The data you've been bringing in from Yadigan agents. There's something in it I don't understand. A shrill howl rattles through the signal. This data is all gleaned from their implants. Records of integration with their nervous systems, performance analysis, error rates, usage data. I installed many of these implants. I didn't enable any of this functionality. Their voice dips under the level of noise, like a swimmer slipping beneath the water. You listen to the waves for a few seconds before Sabine re-emerges. Has to be somehow baked into the wetware's interface. And that's not all. The systems compiling this data are connected to some kind of transmission protocol. It's being broadcast. Wait, why? Every Yadigan enforcer is equipped with black market implants, retinal enhancements, adrenaline boosters, hate suppressors. These implants are gathering data on themselves, on the enforcers' bodies, on their performance. Why? I can't tell. But I can promise you, these foot soldiers have no idea this is going on. The background tone switches, dropping to a grainy rumble. If they knew, I don't imagine they would be happy with the situation. Yadigan could have a mutiny on their hands. You lean towards the terminal, straining to listen to Sabine's faint voice. I need a few cycles to put this all together. This might be the information I need to pressure Yannick into releasing my debt. Yannick? He's one of the heads of the Yanigan. They pause. It's better you don't know him. Keep it that way. Suddenly, a banging echoes through the call. Sabine's voice is suddenly whispered, panicked. I have to go. Come back in 4 cycles. Then the sharp crack of a disconnect. And silence fills the apartment. You step back from the terminal. What does Yadigan have to gain from monitoring its own members? You try to recall what you know about the gang, but you have little to go on. You think of Toshiro, Sabine's minder, his mirrored teardrop implants set below hard eyes. What data could they be gathering? More importantly, where are they sending it? You reflexively rub your forehead, trying to think. Can you really trust Sabine? How did they come to be Yadigan's doctor in the first place? Think of their kindness, their care, but also that glazed look of recognition that they gave you when they first met you. That look stays in your mind as you slip back out of the apartment, glancing around as you close it up, drift into the corridors of the station, unable to shake the unpleasant sensation of being observed. 4 cycles. We need to eat. Need to figure out where Tambour is. Can we even hack a Habitat agent? Sure. Could be a regular. I'm sure that'll unlock something. Might as well as try. Just a little bit of money. Maybe gain some reputation. Yep, we lost a little bit of money. Alright, well, that's fine. Let's go ahead and get our food. Because we are starving! So I need to get Spoke Climber. You get across the gap. 120. Ugh! Alright. Let's see what Ethan wants to do. The compressor is quiet today. Usual crowds are elsewhere. The pumping music washes over a handful of spacers and a few drunks. Ethan is still in the same stool, the same pool of light. His head is low, close to the bar. The bartender is ignoring him. Leave? This is ridiculous. You go to turn, but Ethan calls out, "Sleeper!" He turns to look at you. "Time to pay up again, is it?" He gestures to the bartender. "Come here, take their chits." The bartender ignores Ethan. Seems they cut him off. "Hey!" Slams a hand on the bar. "Take their chits!" Bartender ignores him. Ethan lets out a huge sigh, rubbing his eyes with his palms. He reaches towards his holster. His elbow slips and the gun tumbles out. It clatters on the bar and falls to the floor, bouncing into the ground between you. Both you and the bartender look at the gun. Stare at it. "Butterfingers," says Ethan, and puts out a hand, beckoning for you to give him the gun back. "If you would." The bartender looks at you warily. You crouch down and pick up the gun. Point the gun at Ethan. Ethan turns his head in your direction a little. A sharp pale eye locking with yours. The bartender backs away. Oh. He turns on the stool. Oh, sleeper. He stands. This is more like it. The gun's bio-locked to him, isn't it? You hold the gun steady, training it on his head. Ethan smiles. Like a dog that caught the car. Turns to the bartender and Mark whispers, "I'm not sure they know what to do with it." Pull the trigger. You don't wait. You pull the trigger. Well, I did wait. One beat. The gun clicks. By now, all the attention in the bar is on you and Ethan, who looks at his gun with a bemused expression. The bartender raises an open hand, and in it are 10 shiny bullets. 10 shiny bullets he took out of Ethan's gun while he was asleep on the bar. Ethan smiles at the bartender. "Oh well," he says, and grabs the gun, slamming it into your face in a single move. You stagger back and drop to a knee. Somewhere nearby, the gun clatters onto a surface. It hits a glancing blow, but it makes your vision swim. Through the blur, you see Ethan rustle a small, thin slate from his belt and hold it up. Enough of this. I'm logging the job and calling it in. Ethan taps at the slate. No more playing. Your head aches. Ethan taps through a few screens impatiently. He swears and taps again. He starts shouting, dull echo to your ringing ears. He starts screaming at the slate and throws it across the bar. He crouches down and grabs you by the chin. His face close, his breath heavy with drink. Listen, Arf just screwed me. He grins maniacally. They canceled the contract. He stands up. They canceled the contract! He shouts at the ceiling of the compressor. You stand up, struggling to your feet, the sting of the hit fading. Ethan is rubbing his temples, his face pale. You hear a clicking sound, like coins being counted, like bullets being loaded into a magazine. We shake off the last of the blur, the bartender, as Ethan's pistol trained on Ethan's head. Ethan stumbles back towards the middle of the room, all eyes trained on him. I'll kill all of you, he screams. He stumbles into the wall, spinning away from the door. I'll be back for that, he shouts at the bartender and lunges out of the compressor. You steady yourself on the bar and catch your breath. The rumble of conversation returns. The bartender goes to say something, but then thinks better of it and begins to clean the bar. After a while, you wander out into the light of the bright market, looking for Ethan around every corner. The fuck I am. Ah, great. That's not gonna be good. Right. Can't do anything about that. Alright, nothing to do but eat, methinks. Yep, we just eat. End of cycle. Ooh, we got some nice numbers. Hey. Ooh. Discount. And an increase in limited supply. Nice. Nice. We only needed to do that once, too. Okay. Wait, did I do that wrong? Hold on. Let's buy. Nah. Why is it plus limited supply? I don't get it. But I need to scrap as much money as I can get. Alright, get that cryo, get that cryo. Let's go, let's go. Need that money, need that money. Let's go, let's go. Okay. 1, 2. Yeah, I think I could have bought some, haggled, and then got another. Maybe? I don't know. I feel like... I don't know. I don't like that. Little jank. Okay, so if I buy for 16... how much will it sell for? Let's check. Buy for 16. Wait a minute. It gave me a ship mine for... oh. Okay. We take those. We take those W's. Hell yeah. I would like money too, but I can maybe fix that. Hi, Fire. Welcome on by. I hope you're doing well this evening. Ackerman. Ackerman. Havenage. Havenage. Yadigan. 1 in 3. 1 in 3. Shoot. Can't do anything with these dice. Oh, check for the head pots. Let's give her that ship mine core. Here we go, Inkita. Ooh, upgrade. You drop the ship mine core into the galley table with an emphatic bang. Inkita spins around from where she's been poring over some documents on her slate. Holy shit, Sleeper. Did you actually land a ship mine? She rushes over and hefts the huge cylinder, turning it back and forth. Yeah, shit, it might actually work. She smiles wider than you've ever seen. Where'd you get it? I built it. Built it? Well, well, you're full of surprises. Inkita bangs on the galley wall. Hear that, Amber? Sleeper got you a new ship mine. The sound echoes down the ship's passages. You have to admit, being in a small space with Inkita when she's this excited is a little intimidating. Inkita puts the ship mine back on the table. I'll start the process of fitting it as soon as I can. I need your help with some of it. She heads back towards the counter to grab her slate. This isn't the only good news today either. Looks like my good karma is finally coming in. She throws the slate onto the table and spins it so you can see the screen. Take a look at this. See a list of names and numbers. Nothing that exciting, along with what looks like a transit timetable. I found them. The thieves? Exactly. Well, the thief, singular. He points at a name on the list. Or more specifically, Ashton Cade. It was his pass that was used to access Amber and slice the ship mine. I thought he might have been killed or robbed, his pass stolen, but it turns out he crossed the Founder's Gap the very next cycle. Founder's Gap? A big rift in the station. Can't cross it without the Founder's Ferry. She leans back in her seat. I know some of the crew over at the ferry. Old Mercs. Used to run an outfit I worked with. Saw them in the Overlook, and they mentioned they saw Ashton crossing. Check the manifests. There he was. Looked suspicious. He hasn't said a word since the theft, and anyone wanting to hide out might head to the Greenway and go to ground. He flexes. He won't get far, though. No real docks out there. Only a couple of jetties to the wastes. Going after him? Not yet. First, I want to fit this ship mine. But maybe you could help me out. Sure. How? It's like this. I'll head over there, especially in Amber. He'll spot me a mile off and go on like this. I head over there, especially in Amber. He'll spot me a mile off and go to underground. He'll find a way to slit the station, or he'll bury himself so deep in the wastes no one will ever find him. But you, Ashton doesn't know you. All I need is for you to go there and sniff around. Not at the commune, not at the stacks. He'll have gone at the edges, the margins, the wild places. That's where Ashton likes. You see him, you locate him, ping me on this. She hands you a calm earpiece. Seeing as this is merc work, I'll be happy to give you merc pay. She shifts in her seat. Thing is, I haven't got much left. How about I tell the boys who run the ferry to give you a discount? No, it's not much, but once I grab this coward, I'll pay up. 200 cryo, nothing less. What do you say? She meets your eye. Sounds good by me. Double discount? I'll take that. She gives you a heavy whack on the shoulder. Good. I owe you. She lifts the ship mind onto her shoulder with worrying ease. I'm gonna go get this fitted into Amber's core. You get any info, any sense of where Ashton is hiding, let me know. She goes to turn, then stops. Once again, Sleeper, thank you. I appreciate it. Nikita stomps off into the guts of Amber with the ship mind, leaving you in the galley. You glance around, sudden nervous energy descending at what is to come. You never thought you'd work as a mercenary. And again, it's like the eye is full of surprises. Neat. Now, I don't have many numbers. This could get me cryo, it could lose me cryo, and that is the thing. But it can also get us scrap. Gain 19, lose 11. I do need low ender rep. Okay. -3 plus 3. All right, we take those. Nothing to do but end our turn, I guess. Getting pretty low on cryo, though. Those are good numbers. Good numbers. Nice. As far as the scrap freighter, and buy our other 2 allotments. Okay, so 16 gives us scrap components, which we can sell for 12. Well, shit. But we can get a memory core, which is worth a prettier penny. Damn. I was hoping we'd double dip again. Oh well, says the V. Alright, we can get some Yadigan data. Is a bit of a waste. But we need money. Boy, do we need money. I could sell Havenage data, that would also work. But no, of course not. Alright, so that's gonna be 50 cryo. Nice, 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 nice. So that 40 cryo per turn I can get from there. How much is this now? Oh, that's much more. That's very affordable actually now. Saved off another 40 credits off the top. Hell yeah. Ooh, yeah, I can run tea house. Oh, tambour. Finally. I can sell the Havenage data I've been getting. Okay. Get a pretty penny real quick. Oh yeah. Yeah, I've been stocking up on that data, baby. Okay, let's turn in that gum box. As you go to leave the Tambor Tea House, a hand falls on your shoulder. Sleeper. Bang hisses from behind you. How'd you find me? The penguin. Penguin? What are you... He thinks for a second. Oh, do you mean... He mimes throwing gum in his mouth. That wasn't meant for you specifically, but... He cringes. Look, it doesn't matter. Come, let's sit. Feng guides you down a set of stairs to one of the Tambour's lower levels. The tea house is stacked with curved mezzanines, all connected by a central atrium. The levels are filled with makeshift booths and bars, and conversation bounces busily off the metal walls. Feng sees you looking around. This place used to be a fuel tanker's main drum. That's the name. The tea house part is a bit of a misnomer, though. You can get anything the eye offers for this place. Real tea isn't exactly readily available. He picks a booth. It's self-fashioned from some old salvage tanker container, lined with spongy insulation foam, and collapses into it. He looks around furtively. Don't suppose you've seen any Havenage types? They don't usually come out this far. Feng, what's going on? Well, I'm suspended. That's the first thing. Second thing is, pretty sure Hardin wants to drop me off the rim of the eye. He grins. Doesn't bother me, though. Shows me we hit a nerve back there. He picks a scrappy hand-scrawled menu from the table, tosses it over. What are you drinking? Why are you so calm? You know any reason why I shouldn't be? He leans in, suddenly concerned, but then waves the idea away. Hold that thought, let's order first. Feng is right. Menu is ridiculous. At least 10 different infusions, most of which you can't make out. The paper is dominated by an extensive complement of esoteric alcohols and cocktails. Black tea is listed, without a price, as a seasonal specialty. You ran into Hardin? Was he pissed? Feng doesn't wait for an answer. That snake is so self-righteous, he might actually believe that Erlen would approve of his meritocrat bullshit. He taps on the table. Havenage was like it should be. Like it was founded to be. Could have shouted him down at any council meeting he dared to mention true citizens. He sighs. I guess his kind run the place now. Young woman with a vine tattoo snaking up her arm turns up at the booth, a slate in hand. Your order? You skim the menu, your eyes glazing over. Time to pick something. A grill. Neat. Feng taps the table to order the same. And you, she begins, looking to Feng. But when she sees him, she suddenly stops. What the? Feng shrinks a little. You're supposed to be working. This is your shift. He grins sheepishly. Stay out of it. Look, Jenna, let's just say this is my break. My friend here has been through a lot. Jenna looks between the two of you. Wave. Feng doesn't look pleased. 2 minutes. Oh, no. 2 minutes, says Jenna, pointing at Feng. And only because I don't want to get dragged into whatever this is. She gestures at the table and walks off. What? Feng stretches out in the booth. You know how it is. We all have to eat. Plus, he leans in. This is the best place around here to find a person you might be looking for. Who? Remember that web of connections that hardened Ping the moment we confronted him? Those are his collaborators. If we want to understand what a Solheim executive might be getting up to on the Eye, those are the people we have to find. Fang is almost whispering now. There's a couple of them I suspect are in the low end, and well, almost everyone in the low end comes through this place at one time or another. It brings up a modified slate onto the table. I set this up so that when anyone with the network signature I'm looking for comes into close proximity, it'll mark them. Once they're marked, you can break through their access protocols and get at the good stuff inside. You just have to find them first. Hence, me moonlighting as a waiter. Suddenly a smile grows across his face. Wait, I have an idea. Oh no. Look, I can't cover enough of low end on my own, and so far I've had no matches in this place. The two of us can cover more ground. What am I getting into? Well, Fang has a hangdog look. We need to get you out and about in low end. Close proximity as many people and residences as possible. Turns out my friend at Mingi needs some help with deliveries. Delivering what? Kelp noodles. That's the lowland has to offer. Fang places a tiny receiver on the table. This connects to my slate and runs the same marking protocol. If you get near any of our targets, all you have to do is take some delivery shifts for old Mingi. Soon enough, we'll have this place covered. Fang. Don't give me that. Think I like working here? I thought you could use the tips. He grins. Put this together, all right? Right. Okay then. Fang slips his slate back under his clothes. Just on up to Mingi Express. Take a delivery shift. We'll see what shakes out. You manage to find anyone and extract any data? Bring it right down here to me. Yeah, me on double shifts, so that should be hard to find. Jenna walks past, carrying a tray of drinks, and sharply catches Fang's eye. I don't think she's bringing your drink. He stands. I think it's time we call this meeting to a close. You grab the receiver from the table and slip it into a pocket. See you soon, sleeper. Stay safe, Fang adds, before turning and walking off towards the bar, whistling as he does. You goober. Fang, you beautiful bean. Let's buy food. Delicious fungus. Pay for the Founder's Gap. See if we can buy mushrooms. Cross to the Greenway. As you step out into the passageway, someone barrels into you from behind, sending you stumbling down the corridor. Hello. Ma'am. You turn to see an unfamiliar spacer, laden with heavy gear. She steadies herself, staring you down as if daring you to respond. Stubborn XXPR. Esh? She adjusts a strap on her shoulder, barely giving you a second look before setting off down the corridor. Peek? Sorry for her. Second spacer smiles at you apologetically. She's on a mission. When she's on a mission, they shrug. Not a problem. They smile. You're sweet. Peek! Esh stands further down the corridor, glowering at her friend. She chops at the air, pointing down the corridor to whatever end she's rushing to. Peek raises their eyebrows at you. Esh, please? You want everyone on this station to hate us? Esh hardens. They want to hate us. They can hate us. She drops her hip. I'm not exactly seeing much love as it is. We're lucky we got through before they set that damn cordon. Don't interrupt. Peek sighs. The station isn't Hawthorne. Everyone isn't yoked to the same corporate protocols. Esh sighs. I'm not saying they're part of the administration. She jerks her head in your direction. I am saying we need to get these supplies to the Briar or someone starts asking questions. Can I help? Peek smiles slyly. See, Ash? Help! Isn't that exactly what we need right now? Peek. Ash rolls her eyes. Peek ignores her. Yeah, with the refugees. One Havanage has cordoned off from entering the station. Ash interrupts. The ones that are being quarantined in makeshift vessels that barely made it to the eye to begin with. Ones that your station administrators have called an existential risk and are running out of the supplies while their right to safety is being debated by people with no stake in their future. She quickly looks away, annoyed at her own outburst. Peek sighs. He's right. They're trapped out there, and they turn to Esh. They understand that this is a big problem for the Eye. Hundreds of refugees and more ships are turning up each cycle. They hold up a hand to stop Esh from interrupting. But Esh turns away, her burning anger a palpable force in the close corridors of the quarter. They need supplies. After everything they've been through, quarantine isn't helping. Peek finishes. That's terrible. Esh looks back at you, her fierceness fading. Peek, please. Esh gathers herself and the supplies. Esh, we need help. It's like the refugees needed us. We need others too. They smile at her. Sir God, thanks for the gift subscription. Fire, I hope you enjoy the wonderful emotes. Oh, that's never necessary, but always appreciated. Got to wit me whistle. Peek turns to you. Come find us. The climbing friar is docked at the broken spoke, past the greenway in the wastes. We have a good view of the cordon, though we are keeping our distance for now. Come help us. They squeeze your hand. Esh turns to leave and Peek follows, waving goodbye. A moment later, Esh shouts back down the corridor. Don't bother coming empty-handed. You want to help? Show us. Bring supplies or don't come at all. And with that, they disappear on the corridor. Esh already picking up speed as Peek calls for her to slow down. Refugee flotilla? Where are they coming from? Why now? Each time you begin to understand understand this place, something changes. Interesting. What's my hacker vision look like? Greenway Gate. Climbing Briar. Wild Margins. Hyphia Commune. Greenway. Is it one of these? Map the paths. Walk the greenway. Work the canteen, work the grow beds. Okay. Wild Margins. Okay, tracking Ashton. The wastes. I am far away from being able to take that action. Here. So Flux is the first of 3 episodic updates. The Citizen Sleeper, telling the story of a refugee flotilla which has arrived at the Eye. Flux refugee in Persia now available. Late game. I see? Question mark? Hmm. Might be better if we work on this first. Nice. Wow, we got a positive and then a negative. That's another 1 in 8 fuckery. Good thing I can afford to buy more food. Otherwise, I would be in a bad situation. All right, let's EP Skeege. Okay, finish this first. Let's hit this for guaranteed money. Nice. 5 more units and it's finished. That's good. Let's do some hacking. Actually, no. I could check out the... Where's the Mingi Express? Noodle manufacturer. Let's use R2 over here. Get a little bit of money. Nice, nice. We need food. I need... Oh, yeah, I need that cryo. Let's... look for this fucker. Of course, it's only a +1. Damn. All right. Across the rim. No upgrade points. All right. I guess we EP Skeege. Ashton will give us 200 credits so we can get another medicine. I want to use my 5s or 6s for the side reel. Across the Greenway. Four goes to 5. Lame. Very good. Colin and Kita. The trail ahead extends deep into an overgrown section of the Greenway. This far into the ring, where the long, lazy curve of the Greenway becomes the shattered landscape of the wastes, things are oddly quiet. Ahead stands a vast farm stack, broken from its access by rust or force, and lying amongst the overgrown landscape like an ancient temple. It is stained with moss and algae, flows of green running out from its broken tanks like a frozen brackish tide. This is where Ashton is hiding, I'm pretty sure. All your intuition points to the shadows beneath this collapsed superstructure. You roll the comm headset Ankita gave you in your palm. Call her in. You slip the headset into your ear and it fizzes with static. After a few moments, you hear Ankita. Sleeper, you located the target? Doubt enters your mind. You sure he's there? He's silence at the other end. Maybe it's better you confirm that Ashton is there before you call in Nkita. Removes the headset. Put the headset in your pocket. Need confirmation. You survey the route ahead. There is a direct route, a line of broken pillars that take you into the center of the structure. Or you could skirt around the pillars, keeping to the color of the raised spine of the greenway, and work your way around. It'll take longer, but is better concealed. Skirt around. You decide on the long route and head off towards the central spine. Slow going there, where the overgrowth meets the metal wall, but it is so concealed that you can barely see the glass roof high above. You follow the wall, knowing it will lead you to the edge of the collapsed stack. For the final part of the journey, you have to work your way through dense undergrowth, pushing aside branches and fronds. It is exhausting. You stop on a small rise to rest. It has been hours since you began. You desperately hope Ashton hasn't moved on. Just ahead, a soft glow is coming from somewhere within the farm stack. Grow light? Still on after all these years, perhaps? Take a little longer to rest, then push on. You follow the faint glow to the stack. You find a broken tank. You step through the opening, trying to avoid the broken glass that sit among the moss and algae. You work your way up to the slanted tank, carefully, quietly. Somewhere, water drips. You swear you hear birdsong. Hanging plants catch the light, coating the place in a pale, sickly green. As you reach the edge of the tank, you hear something. An echoing hiss like a hydraulic piston. You quickly move up to where the tank opens into a central drum and look over the edge. The vast drum is like a cistern, with plants growing on all sides, the wet mossy islands at its base. It is beautiful. And for a moment, you can't see anything but tones of green. Then you see the sleeper. Oh! In a faint circle of light, descending down through the drum, the sleeper lies slumped at an odd angle. They are surrounded by crates. Beside them, on one of the mossy islands, there is an object. A cylinder set on a tarp. It is connected to the sleeper's head. You flinch. Are they one of the others? One of the ones that escaped with you? You squint, trying to recognize them. They're twisted, broken open, wrong. Look away. Wait. You wait, unsure what to do. Your eye is fixed on the broken sleeper at the center of the drum, and the connection between them and the ship mind. You think of what might be passing through that connection. Thoughts? Memories? Or just data? You hear a sound, a quiet hiss, and soft footsteps. Below you, Nkita enters, her sidearm in hand. You must have followed the signal from the headset. Has she been spying on you? You watch her step into one of the mossy islands, the water around rippling as she does. Oh! Wait, what? The gunshot breaks the silence, blanking out all noise. It hits Nkita's shoulder piece, ceramic armor cracking, but holding as she braces into the impact. Then she launches herself forward, the now activated armor launching her across the drum. Another shot goes wide before she reaches the cover of the crates beside the sleeper. Shit! You hear the shout from one of the tanks high on the far wall. Nkita reaches over and wraps a hand around the thick connection between the ship mind and the sleeper. What is she doing? You better come down here or I'll rip this right out of their head! She screams at the wall of tanks. You shiver at the suggestion. There's a long pause. All you can hear is the dripping of the water running down the walls of the drum. Then Ashton calls out. I'm coming down, Nkita. Don't do anything stupid, for God's sake. He appears at the far side of the drum, stepping through the shallow water, rifle raised above his head. Drop the gun, Nkita shouts. He throws it down onto the moss. As you lean out to watch, you see him catch your eye, clocking your presence. What are you up to here, Ashton, you sicko? He stands, keeping her sidearm trained on his head. You ripped my ship mine out for what? Some freakish experiment? Ashton approaches with shaking hands, his eyes now fixed on the connecting bundle of wires that Ankita still has a hold of. Steady, Ankita. It isn't like that. He needed the ship mind. You have to understand, it would have died without it. What are you talking about? I don't give a shit why you ripped my ship mind and crippled my ship. I should put you down right now. She tightens her grip on the connection. Typical of you, Ankita. No curiosity. Ashton smiles shakily. That's why I never asked for it. For your help? You only look after yourself. He nods at you. That sleeper up there. They're just bait right. Draw me out. Ankita sucks a breath in. You trying to give me more reasons to shoot you? I love them, Ankita. Ashton looks at the crumpled sleeper. I love them. They were going to die. I knew you'd never understand that. He starts closing the gap between himself and Ankita now, slowly, inching forward. Don't do that, Ashton. Ankita snarls. Don't do that. Let the wires go, Ankita. Let's go. You don't get out of my way. He inches closer. Please. I can't let you take it, Ashton. Ankita hardens her stare. You stole it from me. You left me for dead. She shakes her head. You think I'm going to trust you after all that? I need it, Ankita. I need them to survive. Ashton is in reach of the sleeper now, of Ankita. I'm going to take them now, Ankita. He raises a hand. To take the ship mind and go. Ankita loosens her grip on the connection a little. Her hand is shaking now. Stop, Ashton. He lowers the gun a little. Stop. Seeing her drop her guard, he makes his move. A blur of movement. A struggle. A shot. Another. You recoil back behind the edge as they ricochet around inside the drum, the sound deafening you. You crawl back to the edge. Ashton is bleeding into the water. The red and the green. Ankita is standing at the center of the drum, the severed connection in her hand. The water drips endlessly. Drip after drip after drip. You force yourself to look at the broken sleeper. There is no sign of life, of humanity. Just another broken object among other broken objects. While all around, living things grow and thrive. Ankita finally looks up at you, tears in her eyes. She begins to say something. Something that might be sorry. But you're already gone. Fuck. 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 That was... Fuck. We'll burn the rest of our stuff. New drive discovered? Join the Haifa commune? I'll just keep working here? I just need the mushroom. I just need the mushrooms, man. All right. Oh, there's scene. Oh, we still have some active scenes. Fuck. What else? What else is going on? What did I miss? Sabine. 4 cycles, Sabine said. Here you are. Right on time. With no sign of them. You wait a while in the apartment, the dread descending as the cycle spins onward. They should be here. Check the terminal. You check and double check the terminal for messages or recordings. Nothing. Just the pale glow. Silence. Check the door. You pace back and forth around the apartment. The rumbling of the station suddenly so present and loud. You go to the door and open it into an empty corridor. Close it again. Wait. You try to settle down, to wait. You sit on the bunk and stare at the tiny room. Where the hell are they? A knock at the door. Stay still. Another knock. Stay still. A flash, small and possibly bright, cuts through the handle of the door. It soundlessly squeaks open. A figure stands in the door, and immediately you know it is not Sabine. They are taller, sharper. Something in their face glints in the half-light. A dark shape, like a stubby baton, hangs loosely from her hand. A local sleeper. Good to finally meet you. She steps into the apartment, glancing around with sharp eyes. What, may I ask, are you doing here? She fixes you with a steady, unwavering stare. Waiting for a friend. Of course, a mutual friend of ours. The good doctor. She walks past you into the apartment, glancing around. We set them up here, you know. This place is one of ours. She picks up a glass from the dispenser and inspects it. People always seem to forget who put them where they are. She glances at you. And I suppose you are here to help. Where are they? I was hoping you would be able to help with that. She spins the baton in her fingers by her side, her eyes not leaving yours. We have a problem, you and I. Seems our friend has disappeared. Left without even saying goodbye. Means they are in a little trouble now. But it's the kind of trouble that you need help for. Oh, I thought I'd come down here. Take a look at their little hidey hole. And here you are. The help. He looks through the detritus on the side. And what help? A sleeper, no less. Which I have to admit, is a little surprising. It suggests to me that our friend hasn't been very honest with you either. What do you mean? I'm sorry to report that before we got them set up here, Sabine was working for your owners. He pauses. Hesitant. You blink hard at the news, unsure how to take it. Rabaya looks away, waiting for a response. Silence. She crosses into the next room, and you follow silently. She sits at the terminal and touches her baton to one of the access ports. A spark, then the terminal screen skips, encrypted folders emptying themselves before your eyes. The flicker of files you see, SNARP letterheads and code forms, reports laden with medical data, marked with the corporate logo, like the sigil of some cult. Rabaya steps away from the terminal. Look all you want. Some of your files may even be here. The volume of the documents is overwhelming. They seem to be mostly reports on early emulation tests, surveys with sleeper candidates, reams and reams of usage data. If Sabine was an SNARP employee, why did they help you? Rabaya reaches over and places a vial of stabilizer on the desk, breaking your concentration. It shimmers in the screen light, its viscous, clear liquid crystalline within the glass. We will, of course. Keep up the supply. You're more than able to dispense important medicines, even without the doctor. You hold it between your fingers. For a time and a moment, you have the urge to crush this object, the power it has over you. I'll ask Toshiro to make those a little cheaper for you. He'll be running the surgery now. Rabaya closes up the briefcase lab, pulls it at her side. We have to retrieve our assets, of course, but I'm sure you understand. Rabaya turns on her way out. There's no reason for us to be enemies, Sleeper. Come see me. I keep an office nearby. We have good work to do, you and I. Meet me there in a few cycles. She just slips out silently into the corridor. You look around the apartment and feel the fear drain out of your body to reveal the tiredness beneath. Fuck.